Guess who's back, bitches? What do you think? Was that too edgy of an intro? Hi everybody! I know it's been about a year and 3 months, give or take, since I last made an update video, but, I assure you that's for good reason. If I tried to make an update video sooner, it probably would not have sounded very good, but, oh, right, for those of you who are new here, hi! I'm Maximum Panic. My friends call me Max, Panic, or Manic for short. But yeah, I'm a small-time YouTuber, gamer, artist, and as some of you most prominently know me, the thumbnail artist for H2O Delirious, a beloved member of the Vanoss Gaming Circle, which has been keeping me pretty busy the last couple of years. But I felt bad that I hadn't made a video letting you guys know what's been going on in my life this year yet, so I wanted to change that. Both as like a what's been going on in Panic's corner of the world kind of thing, and a mental health check-in kind of thing. I am taking a page out of the Jacksepticeye playbook, and I'm trying to be open and honest about how I've been feeling lately. Last time I checked in, it was June of 2024, and the world looked a lot different back then for a myriad of reasons. And, well, circumstances in my life were a lot different back then. For one, the reason I didn't check in with you guys sooner this year is because I have had a very rough 2025 for God knows how many different reasons. I should have had a feeling that this year was going to be a rough one, considering I think on January 3rd I came down with the flu and spent like 3 weeks sick in bed. That was a rough ride. During which I may or may not have binged all of Bridgerton. I know, me of all people, right? Oh, God. Yeah, no, that week kind of unlocked something in me. I didn't think that I was gonna enjoy romantic period dramas as much as I would, but I was dead wrong. If anything, it kind of reinvigorated my love for Phantom of the Opera and similar movies that I had all the way back in 2015. So that's kind of the aesthetic slash mindset I've been in for the last, let's see, September now, 8, 9, maybe 10 months. I've really been riding the rails this year, and I'm so sorry that I haven't made like a proper YouTube video for you guys to watch in about 2 years. Things have really been bogging me down, and I did not want to share back then because I was not in a good headspace and I didn't want to bum you guys out. So I figured it'd be better to just not make a video about it, but then I also realized like a week or two ago that it's better to be open and honest about what you're feeling, because I know that there are subscribers of mine who probably feel the same way I do about different life circumstances and aspects. So this is kind of a way of being honest with you guys and letting some of you know that you're not alone in the way you feel, you know? As you guys know, the last time I checked in, I was going through a couple of hardships, which after what I just went through this summer seemed pretty menial in comparison. This has arguably been what I would refer to as the worst summer of my life. I'm not gonna lie, 2025 has probably been a rough year for all of us, so I'm not even surprised if I'm not the only one who feels that way. You guys know how in the United States the school year tends to end around Memorial Day weekend, which is when summer vacation officially starts. Mind you, I'm using that just as a frame of reference because I'm like 29, I'm obviously not in school anymore. That was a long time ago. But yeah, no, as soon as school got out this year, for whatever reason, life decided to make sure that I metaphorically took a nasty tumble down the stairs, while my dad earlier this year took a literal and quite nasty fall down his own stairs in his own house. Yeah, around late May, as soon as school got out and summer vacation started, my dad took an arrow to the knee no, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, he did take a pretty nasty fall down the stairs, which, you know, I mean, I say that, but the way that it actually happened seems a little more like, really? That actually happened? That kind of thing. Either way, that was a pretty serious leg injury that threw the rest of the family off, and we thought that it was gonna be like a major turning point in the status quo of our family because, like, you know, it felt like it was gonna be similar to what happened to my grandma, like back in 2014 when she fell and she broke her hip, started having to use a walker and everything. Obviously, the family dynamic changed a lot, so we thought that it was gonna be a repeat of that. Shockingly, my dad came out swinging on the other side. I know he was in a lot of pain during the recovery process and probably hid how much pain he was actually in from me, but he came out of it like a champ. I mean, he reassured me that in about a year from now, after this leg recovers and then he gets knee replacement surgery in both legs, which apparently is long overdue, he says he's gonna run the Boston Marathon. I don't know if he's serious or not, but he did used to run marathons back in the day, so I wouldn't be surprised if he took up the hobby again. Still, I'm a little worried, you have to admit. My dad is a champion, though. I don't know how he makes it look so easy because I would not be as strong or resilient as he was. Either way, I spent a lot of the summer just worrying about my dad and his recovery process, which obviously took a toll on me because I thought that things were going to change for the worse in some regard, especially because my parents are in their late 60s or nearing their 70s, and obviously I'm going to be worried about their health going forward. It's nice to know that they're taking care of themselves even when I'm not, which this summer I'd say I definitely dropped the ball. The second worst thing that happened this summer, actually, I would chalk up to being the worst birthday of my life. It's a long story, but to make it short and sweet, for the last 6 months, my best friend Rain and I had been planning this massive Dungeons & Dragons birthday bash to host at the end of July because that's when my birthday is, and his birthday is 3 days after mine. So, the original plan was to fly down to see him and the rest of my IRL friends to party it up because, let's face it, they're all in Florida and I'm up here in Georgia. Good stuff. And I can't always afford to fly out and meet them like every single week of the year, which I wish I could, but I can't. Either way, we had this huge plan going. It was like 5 months in the making. And then the week before my birthday, some of the medication that I've been on for a while for health reasons decided to, for whatever reason, really crank up the side effects from 0 to 100 real fast, and I could not eat a goddamn thing for like a week straight without getting nauseous or feeling like I was gonna hurl my guts out, so I ended up only being able to drink like water and smoothies at most. But yeah, no, in the week leading up to my birthday, I was just so down for the count, sick and miserable. I would like get up, do a thumbnail for Delirious, then go back to have a nap, wake up for dinner, and then go back to bed. A week straight of that. And then it's culminated in me having to cancel the entire trip 3 days before the trip was supposed to happen. It majorly sucks. Especially because all of my IRL friends were going to be at that party. They were looking forward to me coming down to spend it with them, and I was looking forward to being able to share a birthday with my friends for the first time in my life. You know, the first birthday I could have where they were actually excited to see me and celebrate with me, and I got to do the same with them. And unfortunately, that all blew up in my face. Lovely. I don't want to get too into the details because it was pretty depressing, but basically, the night of the party, which was the day of / after my birthday, when the Instagram stories started flooding in of everybody's costumes and fun times from the party, I ended up having a pretty bad meltdown. I spent my birthday this year at home alone in the dark watching Sinners, trying to get my mind off of the party, which, by the way, Sinners, fantastic movie. If it doesn't win an Oscar or 2 next year, I am gonna fucking lose it. But yeah, that, I think for a while my mind was just mentally stuck at the end of July, which I didn't realize until a few days ago. I think, yeah, I spent a large chunk of the summer pretty depressed over that. You know, it's like, you know, my people are my life, basically, and the fact that I was, you know, the chance for me to spend time with them was ripped away from me so suddenly really sucked. Nobody should ever have to say, oh, it's been over a year since I've seen my best friends. Like, I didn't want to be one of those people, but boy, did life have other plans for me. You'd think that those plans in particular would have been the worst thing that happened to me this summer, but, you and I would both be dead wrong. Which I'm realizing that was a pun. I did not mean it like that, but you'll understand why in a sec. About a month and a half before my birthday in early June, one of my friend circles and I had received the very tragic and unexpected news that a beloved friend of ours had passed away. That hit me a hell of a lot harder than I expected. Mind you, the guy was somebody I met online and I talked with regularly, and mind you, that hit me a lot harder than I thought it would. We never got the chance to meet in real life or see each other's faces or exchange names, that kind of thing. I mean, I didn't need to know his real name or his real face to know that he was a friend. But still, the fact that that opportunity is just gone now, it was crippling, for lack of a better word. I did make an in memoriam video for him, and I shared it on my Twitter and Blue Sky accounts, and I didn't make it public here on my YouTube channel because I thought that it catered more specifically to a smaller sect of friends / subscribers, so not everybody needed to know this whole thing because, like, a large chunk of you guys definitely did not know this guy. The man in question was Badger. His name was spelled Badjhur. He was an amateur Reddit voice actor at one point, but then had gone on to the big leagues quite recently this year. He rose to fame initially for his impressions of various Call of Duty characters, for which he received a shout out from Brittany Broski, among a couple other platforms here and there. He was a very dear friend of mine that I met a couple of years ago, and hearing about his sudden loss hit me real damn hard, I'm not gonna lie. Just cause there's never gonna be another man like Badger in my life, I can guarantee that for a fact. The one thing I can say about his death is that I'm glad he didn't pass painfully, so to speak. From what I remember from the details of his passing, he had a medical condition that we didn't know about, and he ended up passing away in his sleep. He didn't plan on going anywhere, but unfortunately, life is just like this sometimes. Yeah, I'm gonna miss him every goddamn day. I'm considering getting a tattoo to memorialize the impact he had on my life going forward. I'm really not looking forward to the day where I will have grieved him longer than I knew him. I know it's coming eventually, but still, I'm just not ready for that day. But yeah, I'm also back doing this video because I think that he'd kick my ass if he knew that, like, I'd lost my passion for video editing and art and everything just because he was gone, you know? I can just hear him in the back of my head sometimes just telling me, like, hit the post button, you little shite. Mind you, the man was British. Not my best impression, but you know what? I don't care about that much right now. If you guys want to watch his in memoriam video I did a few months back, then I'm sure you guys can go fishing through my Twitter or Blue Sky profiles for it. But yeah, regardless. Those were the 3 big ticket items that happened to me this last summer, and I'm not gonna lie, when I originally recorded this life update video, I sounded a lot more depressed, which was not great. And I realized that I maybe poured out a little too many of my guts in the process. If there's anything I've learned, it's wait to make a life update video until you're in better spirits, because it would not be great if my audience heard me when I was in that kind of mental state. It was not good. But yeah, that's what's been happening with me. But as for what I plan to do in the future, I definitely do want to come back and like start making videos again. I have a couple of different video games that I've been itching to play or even replay, considering it's been so long. For one, I definitely have plans to play through Grand Theft Auto 6 whenever that comes out, hopefully sometime in the next century. I heard that it's going to be coming out in 2026, but then it got pushed back to 2028, and it's just like, okay, it's less of like an actual game and more of a myth or an urban legend at this point. Like, come on, Rockstar, get it together. I definitely also want to upload the videos that I made about 2 years back of the Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty DLC. Oh, in terms of story games, The Wolf Among Us Season 2, whenever that comes out, I'm very much looking forward to it. However, my hope in the newly renewed Telltale Games company is swiftly dwindling. In addition to... Oh, I definitely do want to go back and try to play through Life is Strange 2 again. I initially uploaded it on my channel a couple of years ago, but I never finished it because I think the thing with the dog kind of like messed me up a little bit, so I never played past episode 2. But yeah, I want to make a fresh playthrough of that series because I didn't realize, like, at the time how impactful it was to such a wide array of people, you know? Especially in the current political climate and everything. Human empathy is everything. And... let's see. In addition to those, I have been very much itching to finish my playthrough of God of War Ragnarok. I know it's been a while, but still I feel bad that I never finished it. I have heard very good things about Ghost of Tsushima, so definitely want to try that one before Ghost of Yotei comes out. If it hasn't already come out yet by the time I upload this video. What else? Oh, Death Stranding 2. I definitely have that one on my list to play. I just have to find a time to, like, sit down and properly record the playthrough, you know? Last year, I said I was gonna take a crack at the Call of Duty Modern Warfare franchise. Only Modern Warfare's 1 and 2. We're not even gonna touch Modern Warfare 3 on account of what they did to Soap. Like, are you fucking kidding me, guys? You had one job! Oh, man. Hopefully at some point in the future, I'll get to finally sit down and play all of those, and, Red Dead Redemption. I want to take a crack at that franchise at some point. That looks like a lot of fun. I think I've covered pretty much... Oh, no, I'm lying. I haven't covered everything. One of the big projects that I've been working on while I've been AFK has been a Dungeons & Dragons video series, because every Wednesday night I sit down with my best friends to play our D&D campaign, and I've recorded every single episode we've ever played. I'm thinking about the possibility of starting up a side channel to upload all of those videos on whenever I get around to finishing editing them. I wanted a fun project to do in the long run, even after my main channel fizzles out, you know, if it does for that matter. Like, even if I have no active subscribers in the future, I still want to do this D&D video project just so it'll give me something to do, like a meticulous hobby, you know what I mean? Even though the series might not be ready at some point soon, I am making like a speed paint explanatory video about the campaign, a spoiler-free version mind you, to be able to upload to my main channel just so I can show you guys what we've been doing for the last couple of years. It's gonna be good stuff. I think that pretty much covers everything that's been going on. And again, I am sorry that I haven't made a proper video in like 2 years now, but you know, I mean, things happen and sometimes I have to take a break from these things, and of course, life just has to be the bitch that decides to scramble like an egg and fold me like a fucking omelet from time to time. I've always wanted to use that line. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be working on some more projects. I don't know when the next video I upload is gonna be, but hopefully at some point I will have a video to upload and we can watch stuff together again and I can interact with you in the comments. So yeah, I'm gonna get off, go touch some grass, maybe breathe in some fresh air. It's been a few hours since I did that. I've gotta get out of the house at some point, you know? That's what's been going on with me recently. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves even when I'm not here. I hope you guys have found some other YouTubers to fill the void in the meantime, too. In fact, you know what? Tell me what kind of YouTubers you guys have been watching while I've been away in the comments, because I could use some new material to subscribe to. But anyways, yeah, I gotta go. I will see you guys later. If you like this video, then do me a favor, drop a like, leave a comment, tell your friends about me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Either way, hopefully I will see you guys the next time you come to visit the Panic Room. Bye-bye!